With the stroke of his pen, President Trump unleashed the shackles of guilt against 7 convicted criminals who have already served time or are still doing time for a variety of white-collar crimes. Now, as you pointed out, among the high-profile pardons was the former police commissioner of New York.
I just pardoned Bernard Kerik, a man who's had many recommendations from a lot of good people.
For good behavior, Kerik served just over 3 years of a 4-year prison term after pleading guilty to multiple charges of tax fraud and lying to officials. He was released 7 years ago. There are no words to express my appreciation and gratitude of President Trump, Kerik writes in a tweet. With the exception of the birth of my children, today is one of the greatest days of my life, being made a full and whole American citizen again.
It will enable him to carry a gun again, maybe go back and work in law enforcement.
Another of the president's high-profile pardons was former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, who was convicted of political corruption charges for attempting to sell former President Barack Obama's Illinois Senate seat.
He served 8 years in jail. There's a long time to go, and I did commute his sentence.
The early release of the former Democratic governor could benefit Trump politically.
You could construe some of these pardons as an attempt by the president to broaden the electorate. Rod Blagojevich is a former Democratic governor of Illinois. Maybe he's playing to moderate Democratic voters.
Blagojevich's family expressed their gratitude by posting this message in front of their home. His sister-in-law was taken by surprise.
I mean, I'm shaking. It's crazy.
With NFL legends Jim Brown and Jerry Rice gathered at the White House to express their pleasure after President Trump issued a pardon for former San Francisco 49ers owner Eddie DeBartolo, who pled guilty for concealing an alleged extortion plot.
Perhaps the president saw pardoning the former owner of the 49ers as an attempt to reach out to African-American voters. There are a number of prominent African-American football stars on hand today for the announcement.
The president also cleaned the slate of former investment banker Michael Milken, who pleaded guilty to securities fraud and served 2 years of a 10-year sentence.
Now, the granting of pardons comes just 2 days before Trump's longtime ally, Roger Stone, is scheduled to be sentenced for lying to Congress and other charges. Now, there is some expectation the president will grant him a pardon, but when asked about that today, he was non-committal, simply saying, "I guess I'm the top law enforcement officer in the country," while reiterating his claim that he has the right to intervene in the Stone case. We'll see just what happens after Stone's sentencing on Thursday. In the newsroom, I'm Marvin Scott.